This Market Cipher pro tip changed the way that I use Market Cipher forever, okay? We don't all have the time to do technical analysis. We don't all have the time to sit in front of the computer all day long. And so this really helped me be able to trade while being away from the charts. Okay, so let's dive right into the charts here. The first thing you need to know is that you can actually set alerts on Market Cipher, okay? You can set it for money flow crossing above the zero line, VWAP crossing above the zero line, etc. And in this case, we are going to right click, press add alert on Market Cipher B, and we are going to be focusing on the small green dot and the small red dot alert, which is basically these. For me, I changed the colors, the white dot here and the red dot here. These are the alerts that we're going to be setting for today's video. And the secret trick that I have, it's a very obvious trick, but a lot of people don't do it, is to essentially front run the green dot or red dot on the time frame that you're looking at. What do I mean by that? Well, in a previous video, I covered the number one mistake people have when using Market Cipher, okay? And in essence, it is essentially seeing your red dot or seeing your green dot, in my case, white dot, and then longing or shorting based on the white or red dot on that time frame. Okay, now that is a big mistake because although Market Cipher is a leading indicator in terms of momentum, your white dots and your red dots are actually not leading within themselves. Okay, and what do I mean by that? Here we're on Bitcoin on the 2 hour time frame. Okay, and you can see that we have a red dot here on this candle. Now, something I want you to understand is that this red dot is actually a result of the move of the candle, okay? If we come on the replay tool, you can see that right now we don't have any red dot, right? We have momentum coming to the upside, money flow coming to the upside, everything all looks well. But then if we press right here on our keyboard, you can see that we had, even after this, look, a couple ticks went down and the red dot went away. And as a result of this candle, okay, this candle printed and then the red dot came into fruition. Again, it implies that there could be continued momentum to the downside, but this dot within itself was a result of this move, okay? And so how can we use this little pro tip? What even is this little pro tip? So that you guys don't get, completely wrecked by the market here, just longing and shorting these red dots, which I do not even condone. So what's my little trick here? Well, I have an entire playlist on Market Cipher and how to use Market Cipher. So if you haven't seen that playlist, you're going to need to know some of the information in there. Go ahead and click on the top right of your screen right now so that you can do it and then come back. Now, you can use this in any way, okay? You can use it for cheat sheet entries when trying to catch a trend continuation. You can use it with divergences or spike waves when you are trying to catch trend reversals. In today's example, I'm going to show you a trend reversal, okay? So on the 30-minute time frame here on Bitcoin, we have a 30-minute range, okay? Very clear as day. 30-minute range. And we already know that whenever you are below the range, you could technically SFP the range, which is a swing failure pattern, video for another time. But we already know that we are essentially looking for divergences in the event that we lose this low at the time of the range being created. Okay, so when the range is created, we're identifying the low, we're identifying the high. Now, again, what did I say? When you have a white dot, that white dot is actually a production of the move that already happened. If I go back in time here, not alerts, if I go back in time here, you can see that there's no white dot there's a white dot right now, but we haven't had any divergences yet, which is why you need to know the thicker the money flow, the more chances of divergences. But if we fast forward, you're going to get another red dot and then your white dot, this was the one that was actually successful. And this was a result of this move that already happened. You already missed the move by the time that this white dot already came into fruition if you had your alert on for that time. So that's no good for us. So what is my little trick here that is very easy, but nobody does? And it's very simple, okay? You're going to have an alert on the low because that's the low that we're watching for. That's the low that we know we want to see a divergence on, okay? Now, if I go back and I bring us back to before we took that low, what do we want to see? Well, you're going to want to see a divergence at the time that we come and we take that low, correct? So what I want you to do is I want you to take your draw tool and I want you to draw out what you would like to see on Market Cipher. And by the way, this is something that I do for my VIP members literally all the time. And it's not rocket science, okay? It's not very hard to do this, right? You're going to say this and you're going to say you want price to make a lower low while your oscillators are making a higher low, aka giving you a divergence. And for people that might ask and say, yeah, but Geo, it matters where the body closes. No, I don't count where the body closes. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, as long as the price is diverging, period, which means in this case, price made a lower low and the oscillator made a higher low, there's a divergence, okay? It's not based on where the body is. Price diverged. The meaning of divergence is to do something that doesn't in line with something else. So I want you to draw this out on the chart and I want you to say, okay, if I see a 30-minute divergence, I'm going to long this wick. I'm going to try to front run it. So when price comes down here, I want you to remember that you drew on the 30-minute time frame this little picture here. And I want you to jump down on lower time frames, keeping in mind that you might get that divergence on that time frame that you're looking for. And so the way that we're going to front run that 30-minute white dot is by actually setting our alerts on lower term time frames, okay? And this really changed the way that I trade because I know how to draw what I want to see on the time frames that I'm looking for, like I just showed you on the 30-minute time frame. However, I also know that that 30-minute white dot is basically useless to me. So what do? I jump down to a smaller time frame, perhaps the 5-minute time frame for this example, and I will set my alerts on the 5-minute time frame. And when I see a white dot on the 5-minute time frame or on the 3-minute time frame, doesn't matter what the time frame is, that is where you can actually look to enter, keeping in the back of your mind that it actually makes more sense for a larger move because you'll be front running the 30-minute time frame. Now, if that sounded a little bit complicated, I get it, okay? Understanding market cipher and how it relates to time is a very complicated thing. It's not all dressed up and easy as it seems and all these other creators are making it look like. And I know you can relate because if you couldn't, you wouldn't be watching this video right now. It is not that easy. And so if you are still struggling with market cipher, I want to just let you know I do have a complete market cipher and time frames boot camp where I teach you guys how to enter the multiverse of market cipher. And so that's my little trick here. It's a very obvious trick, but it works great. And you don't even need to just marry one time frame, okay? People ask me all the time, Geo, what's your favorite time frame? And the answer is all of them, guys. I use whatever time frames allow me to draw these divergences in terms of what makes sense with price. And so this is what I mean by entering the multiverse of market cipher. I can use the 5-minute time frame, I can use the 2-minute time frame because I understand how all these time frames leak into one another. So in this example, I might decide to put in a dot at the 2-minute time frame and the 5-minute time frame because I can quickly jump between the different time frames and get a good idea as to what might happen next. So that's probably what I would do in this case. But that's a little trick that you guys can use to try to essentially front run your white dots on the time frames that you want to see, because the white dots or the red dots on the time frame that you're looking at is useless for the scalpers because the move already happened, right? And so when I'm here, I might put my alert here on the 2-minute time frame, I might put it on the 5-minute time frame, I might put it on both because I understand how market cipher B leaks from one time frame to another. And so that's a little trick that I use when I don't have time to sit in front of the computer and trade. I know where my key levels are and I know what I want market cipher to look like if and when we get to those key levels. And I sent my alerts on the smaller term time frames so that I could front run the signals on the higher term time frames. If you liked the video, hit the like button. If you loved it, hit the subscribe button. And if you're looking for more market cipher B tips and tricks, I got you.